So I'm Chaz Sims. I'm CEO and co-founder of Wise Systems. I actually studied here at MIT, graduated in 2013 from undergrad, computer science. I also did my Master's of Engineering here as well, and so I did that over at the MIT Media Lab. And Wise got started, our founding team came together about 4 years ago actually. We were in a class called Development Ventures over at the MIT Media Lab, and so there we were challenged to think about problems that were global and that affected people not only here in the United States but also in a much broader context. And so at the time we started really studying and looking to better understand cities and how they would change over time, whether it's due to logistics, smart cities, all those different types of things. And so that's when we really came together, and about 2 years ago we started really looking into logistics and better starting to see that at the heart of every city is last mile delivery and logistics. And so we did a program here at MIT called GFSA. We did an accelerator, and that's when we really started talking to companies and that operate in the space, and that's when we really kicked off Wise Systems. Logistics and last mile, there's tons of just data being generated from just the movement of drivers throughout the city to how long it takes to actually complete a delivery once you're on site, whether it's due to the customer not being there or that maybe there's heavy foot traffic at, say you're delivering to a 7-Eleven, and there's a lot of people coming in, and so the person there can't actually take the delivery when you show up, or other vehicles showing up. And so there's all these different things that often they seem random and unpredictable within the space, but we try to collect all of that data and start to better understand what the driver sees when he's on the ground and what's happening when he's completing the deliveries, and using that to help make better plans in the future. And so we've built a system that uses machine learning in order to take all that data and help build better plans in the future, because a lot of last mile is about, it's about planning, it's about execution, and then we believe it's also about learning from those things as well. So one of the biggest things I think is within delivery and logistics, it's people want things faster and they want them when they want them. And so it's not necessarily, okay, I can wait a week, or I can you can put me on a schedule and I'll get it every other week or once a month. It's I want it right now. And so within that, you do have to have systems that are more flexible. You have to be able to respond efficiently, because if you aren't able to do that, it doesn't work for the business and it ends up not working well for the customer. And so that's where we spend a lot of time focusing now, is just how do we make sure our system is as flexible and fast enough to be able to do all the computations necessary, to make it easy for the driver to get on board with changes in his schedule or his plan and all of that, in order to make sure that people can get stuff when they want it. So, when you are a startup, oftentimes you're trying to find people who are willing to take a risk and have the opportunity, whether it's a big company or small company, stateside or out in other countries. It's looking to be able to find people that can take risks and are willing to do that, and partner with you for innovation. And so some of that pushback were companies that weren't at the ability, at the place where they could take that risk, and so we looked to find people within our networks and things here, and so we were able to find some companies locally that were able to take that risk, but also have global counterparts and stuff as well. So so we were accepted to be a part of the E14 fund about 2 years ago now, and so that it's been a great experience for us, because myself included, 3 of my co-founders, we're part of the Media Lab, and so as students, and so being able to continue to have that network and those relationships as we have built the company, and the support has been pretty crucial for us. I mean, from being able to connect us with companies, also being able to in some ways help us get mentorship and advice as we've been building the company throughout the last couple of years. It definitely has been pretty valuable.